Welcome back, everybody, to Words with Wayman. I am your host, as always, Matt Wayman. Coming back, hot, sweet, spicy, sassy, brassy, part 2 with local St. Louis legend, Al Holliday. Everybody.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Thank you for coming back on a part 2.
Oh, man.
Very excited to do this. I guess we just kind of left off talking about you were, finishing up with college, doing the band down there. And then, what happened after college? You moved back to Collinsville for a little bit, or?
Yeah, matter of fact, I moved to Austin, Texas for just a short while.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did. I had an internship with the City of Austin Parks and Recreation Department. I figured that was a good place to just like check out because there's all kinds of music happening down there and just like see what's happening. And they have like beautiful parks. I don't know how to describe it, but
gorgeous parks down there.
It's awesome. So, so I just spent a little bit of time down there and got to know some people and. I don't know if I ever had thought that I was going to live there permanently, but I definitely decided like really quickly that I wanted to move back to St. Louis, and so
it's a different vibe down there.
It is, man. It's different, and I think that's a really cool community they got going down there. They got a lot. They got a lot of cool things. It's good for small businesses. It's a beautiful place to live. All kinds of cool people. The thing is about St. Louis compared to Austin. And I love living in St. Louis. And, I can't say enough about it. But I feel like in St. Louis, everybody who is here is kind of from here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas in Austin, it's kind of a double-edged sword. But like there's not a lot of people that are there that are from there. So I don't know how much of
town.
Yeah. So I don't know how much of like a true identity that they have as a music culture. You know what I mean? That to me, that's what matters is the history of the music that's come out of there. And
you see guys like coming out of there like Towns Van Zandt, some of those like Texas guys, Chris Christopherson and stuff coming down from there. But then you see guys playing blues on the street and stuff or whatever. Like they're playing different music than what their town was on the streets, like all the buskers and stuff.
Yeah.
I think you're pretty spot on. So you wanted to come back and just kind of like be a little bit. Cause had you ever lived in I guess you'd never lived in St. Louis previous to that.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in Collinsville, I hadn't ever lived in the area since I was a teenager. You know what I mean? And I had a completely different perspective of everything.
Yeah.
So
I mean, when you're not, going out to bars or like being able to go see even some of these music shows that you want to see.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
So you fell into St. Louis pretty quick and knew this. And you're a diehard Cardinals fan.
Yeah. Yeah, baby.
So that probably didn't hurt the decision to move back.
Always, man. Yeah, I love the community. I love the radio station, KDHX. I love the people. I love the people who play music here, and I feel like they're just like some genuinely good people and artists that do their thing, and it's nice that people can afford to do that in our community.
And I like that you say that too, because I go on the road a lot of the time, and I feel like a lot of people, even from St. Louis and stuff like that, when they move out of St. Louis, like they kind of just talk smack on it, and they like think that it's a bad place. And I've even had comics come up to Denver and be just like kind of shit on St. Louis a lot. And it's like, that might be your perception of it, but it's not like that. And and then other people are like, St. Louis is shitty because this guy was talking about it and stuff. It's like, no, it's not like that. But, that's your perspective of it. It's not everybody's perspective of the city.
Yeah. I couldn't agree with you more, man.
That's cool that you came back and were like, I want to at least contribute to make this music scene a little bit better, even if whatever you can do for it,
Yeah, dude.
How long did it take you to pick back up and kind of get your feet in St. Louis?
I spent a lot of time, I spent just a little bit of time when I had moved back, just a few months, like getting together what exactly I thought I wanted to do, and it was obviously that I wanted to start another project because it was funny at that point in time. How High and Lucky Stars wasn't like we had kind of played quote unquote what was going to be our last like formal show, but like we had played a couple shows after that whenever I had gotten back to the area, and because it was kind of like the writing was on the wall that wasn't going to be happening.
Yeah, because everybody was moving. I know Ian was going to Chicago at the time, and Rock had moved down somewhere else.
Yeah, they had all they're about to ride out their 5th year down in Columbia, but it was like. It was obvious that people were all going to be going separate ways, and I wasn't going to be in Columbia,
which happens a lot.
Yeah, that's we knew that was the plan. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. We're all cool with that.
Yeah, it happens a lot with a lot of bands.
Yeah, man. It's totally cool. So I had just kind of like rounded up the best people I could find on the crew. A dude named Adele, a good friend of mine who played the bass in our crew.
Nice.
A guy named Dwayne Bateman, who's a good friend of mine. He actually played that first show with us at the talent show 7th grade.
Oh, cool. That's hilarious.
He actually did all the layout on both our records too.
That's awesome.
He's a good graphic designer.
Nice.
Yeah, Sam, stand up dude. Then I had gotten my boy Pimp Daddy Nick on guitar.
Yeah.
He's another good friend of mine, and we had gotten a crew together, and we had just started like getting songs together and getting material together and playing out. And because whenever you play R&B music and whenever you play this kind of music, you need to develop a kind of a tightness, and you need to. It's different than whenever people. I mean, I feel like it's a different approach to like making indie music, excuse me, because it's like it's so much of getting your sound together is based off of working and like putting it into practice
to make sure it's tight. Because I mean, you can tell right away if it is something that is. We got that hot Sally on there.
I'm telling you, it's ringing off the hook.
It's ringing off the. People are trying to book gigs with him right now. People need him to play a show later tonight. Everybody's gonna pick it up. No, that's one of those things. I mean, when you find the people that you know you want, and they were already living in the city anyway, I'm sure it's just a natural fit.
Yeah, man, it was cool. It was people that I knew I could work with, and Dwayne like is like into some really cool music, and he's also into some music that I'm not like crazy about. Like he loves Guns N' Roses and loves
AC/DC
I love working with Dwayne, and he was one of the best drummers I've ever worked with because he's great at listening to everybody. He's great at it's just a great dude to work with. Yeah, and it'll show you that if somebody's great to work with but may not have the 100% skill set that you work with, like sometimes that person gets a gig. And rightfully so. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And so, Neil actually had gotten a job in East St. Louis, digging up where they were going to build Interstate 70. Digging up where all the Indian mounds were.
Cahokia Mound stuff.
Yeah, all the Cahokia Mound stuff. And so he got an archaeological job down there, just like a temporary thing. And so he was digging up stuff in East St. Louis. He dug up some really cool stuff, by the way.
Oh yeah.
So he was actually staying. He'd be staying sometimes with my folks over on the Illinois side.
Nice.
And then so shortly after that, Dwayne, he's like, "Hey, Al, man, like it's all good, baby, but like." I was like, he's like, you should probably find somebody else that's more like what you're looking for. And Neil just came on board with that. And so I started working with Neil. Made Dell split, and we got our boy Caleb. And this is way back 2011. And we got Caleb Klingler on bass. And right after that, and Caleb is going to destroy the world. He's an incredible bass player.
That's awesome.
If you ever get the chance to hear that dude play, just check it out. Check him out on our record.
Definitely.
He is the real MVP of our crew. And he's been with us for a long time. So Neil, the nucleus of our crew, has been working together for a really long time.
That's cool. And how do you guys go about writing your music? Is it pretty you heavy? Like you bring a song that you want to play, or does everybody bring different stuff in?
Yeah, I mean, it was really cool the other day. It comes from all sorts of things. A lot of our tunes, I will write the tune, and I'll even write charts, and we'll work through all the parts as a crew, as a band, and we'll get it together and see what works and what doesn't, and what sounds best, and how to arrange it. I'll come with a lot of the ideas, but the band comes with a lot of ideas as well, and they have really good ideas, and I just really like working with our crew. I don't know how to describe it, but it's the best group of dudes.
You just want it to be easy and fun, I think.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
no stress or.
Yeah, man. Everybody's cool, and
you can be honest with people. Yeah, not their feelings get hurt or anything.
Yeah, exactly. It's just we're all trying to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And we've all been working together long enough to know that, and so it's cool. And so I really like all that. So the other day though, we were just it's been cool. We've been working really hard this whole year, and it's just our last rehearsal before Christmas, and it was real relaxing. We just jam some stuff out, and it's just we come up with a funky instrumental tune, just
cool.
Not even trying to do that. So.
Nice. So sometimes you're not looking for something that kind of just pops out there.
Exactly. So other tunes have just been exactly like that. McCree Town on the first record.
Yeah.
The Duck like that.
That's a great song too.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of all of the above.
How do you do, when you sit down and write? Is it one of these things where you can just sit down and crank a song out, or is it more like you have to wait for it to come to the head and then you can just write it down?
Yeah, it just kind of finds you whenever you're not looking for it a lot of times. Sometimes, like, I'll get up out of bed, I'll have something in that, like, one time I just I was just feeling real bad. And I would just, like, get up out of bed about 3 in the morning, and I basically wrote a tune called The Times. And so sometimes it just finds you.
Yeah.
And you can't, some people can really do that, like Stevie Wonder. He can sit down and write a tune.
Yeah.
Whatever he wants to, and it's like that, but it's tough, like, excuse me, but that's kind of how inspiration is for me personally.
Yeah, no, everybody works differently. Some people can write in the morning and just like crank it out, or some people it just you absolutely have to.
Yeah, how about you, man?
I sit down. I can force myself to write like jokes and stuff, so I just do pages. So I'll do like
that's
4
awesome.
pages a day, however long that takes, and usually I'll go a couple pages over that. But it's like I always do 4, and 2 of them are terrible. And I might get like one joke. The goal is to get one joke maybe out of a day or something.
Yeah.
And then I'll go back later and edit stuff like old material that I've written like months ago that I have a new look on, so I can kind of see where it goes. Yeah,
man, it's a process, man. You just got to keep working on it.
Yeah, but music definitely seems like one of these things. The musicians I've talked to, it's one of those. Some people, like very few, I feel like with music, I think it's one of those things you kind of just have to wait for it to come and sit in your head. Like you can play all day and just like be messing around. And you might find something, but you kind of need to have that all together. That's really cool. So what do you foresee? You guys got this new CD and stuff coming out. Where do you foresee the future of the band going?
Well,
I know you guys got back from New Orleans. You guys did some shows down there recently.
Right. We're trying to do much more traveling. I do got a 15 passenger, which is really nice.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice. I saw the big old van. I was wondering if that was yours.
That's me.
Yeah.
And so
the tank.
Yeah, man, it's tight because we got a big crew, and so we do some traveling around the region. Looking to get up to Chicago soon.
Nice.
Milwaukee in Wisconsin, Madison, Wisconsin, Kansas City, Memphis, Tennessee.
How is that booking wise for a band like you? For like, I'm sure there's musicians out there that are wanting to know, like, how do you book your shows like that?
Well, it's to me, the business is so much about people, and it's about relationships.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? And it's not something that you can do overnight just as a stranger to people.
Yeah.
I mean, some people have been in the business and use booking agents, and these people have been in the business and they know people and they have relationships with clubs.
Yeah.
They can get in touch with them. But to me, I've met every single person I've booked in person, and I've met them like face to face, and I've developed a relationship with every single person.
So they have to more see you play, and then they'll come back and be like, "We got another gig for you."
Yeah.
You have to crush before you can get another.
Yeah, I mean, it is like that, and it takes a long time to get yourself established, and it takes hard work, but it's totally worth it. And it takes meeting people and talking to them, but I feel like that's how a lot of club owners are, and rightfully so.
And it seems, I mean, you put the time in for years and years and years too, so it's not just like, you're just coming up with this brand new thing. It's like these people hear about you too before you even play their clubs and stuff like that.
Yep.
So you found that, I mean, even you got voted, that was 2014 or 2000, Best Male Vocalist in St. Louis?
Yeah, 2014. 2013 I got Best R&B Artist, which I'm still the reigning Best R&B Artist. Give that out of there.
That's awesome. But I mean, that's good reassurance for yourself, like even a couple, I mean, probably under 5 years into St. Louis to let you know that you're really on the right path.
Yeah.
And you see, like with recording these CDs, do you find that the people that you're recording them, like the producers and stuff like that, and the engineers and stuff, are really cool?
Yeah, they're really good people. Jason McIntyre, who I work with in St. Louis, who is, I feel like if you ask anybody in the R&B circle or in any circle in St. Louis, who's the best person to record your album, they'll tell you immediately it's Jason McIntyre.
Nice.
Although there are several really good people in St. Louis that do that, and I just had the pleasure of working with them.
Yeah. Are you guys signed on a label and stuff?
No, yeah, but I'm glad you mentioned that. One thing is, I got a guy that I've been talking with, and he actually runs a hip hop label in St. Louis, and they do the majority of their business outside of the USA, and they do a lot of business in Europe and in Asia and Japan and over all other parts of the world. And he's actually starting a soul label, and he's talking to me about pitching our record to his buyers, and we're we're going to talk a little bit more, but I'm hoping that we're going to be releasing some 7-inches this next year, both in USA and abroad.
That's fantastic.
And I really have a good feeling about that.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, especially I know that, especially with soul music and some kind of different music that isn't just like pop stuff, does better overseas and stuff like that. I mean, there's a big base in the country, obviously, but I mean, they're looking for that music a little bit more than they probably are over here.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So I'm definitely looking to do a lot more work overseas. I would love to go to Japan, and I would love to go to Europe.
Tour around over there and let them see what
dude,
all about.
Give it to the people, man. Give it to them.
That'd be so cool. I hope that definitely happens for you guys. I think you guys got the talent to do it. And I think you guys definitely have the drive, behind yourselves to do it, because you guys work a lot. You know what I mean? That's what you got to do. It's all about the hustle, which I respect so much.
Dude, you can't spell hustle without STL.
Yeah. Respect that out there, everybody. Respect St. Louis, guys. That's as quick as these things go. We're coming down to the end of the second episode. Real quick again, just let people know where they can get in touch with you, get that new record, stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. You can find our CD. It's actually for sale on our Facebook page. It's for sale on CD Baby. It is for sale on our website as well, alhollidaymusic.com. You can look us up, Al Holliday and the East Side Rhythm Band. You spell Holliday Holliday. But yeah, come check us out if you're in the neighborhood, and look for us coming to your town.
Yeah, they're going to be coming for you, everybody. Watch out, everybody. They're going to be there. Thank you all so much for listening, everybody. Support us online at Words with Wayman on Twitter, Words with Wayman on Facebook. I want to thank you so much for doing a little spicy part 2, Mr. Holliday.
Hey, thanks, man.
It's always good to see you. Guys, thank you all so much for listening out there, and we will see you all soon.